not one time. Paul George. He's Paul George again. He's Paul George again. 31.
These niggas tackle, I'm bringing the pack. I'm a roller with stars and I'm smoking on platinum. Eye on the prize so I don't do distractions. I'm coming back.
Nice. Mic check, Mike. Yo, what it do? It's your boys, Juice and Lou, when we back here with another episode for y'all, man. Hey, these playoffs starting to get a little interesting. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of series that probably should have been over are still going on.
All of them are 2-2.
Hey, man. Hawks, man. They came back and tied the series against Joel Embiid and the Sixers. We're going to dive into that a little bit. Joel Embiid was looking like hot cross buns last night. But what can you do? He had 21 rebounds, sure. But we're going to dive into that. We also going to dive into my good man's Donovan Wade. Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz. We're going to talk about that a little bit. You know how he had no help. That's besides the point. But hey, Jay Lou, go ahead and get us started, man. What you see in that Hawks and Sixers game?
So here in Maryland, it was thunderstorms last night.
It was.
Turn on my TV. Last 10 seconds. Guess what pops up? A thunderstorm warning announcement for at least 2 seconds. The TV turns back to the game, and all I see is 103-100. And I'm just like, wow. Are you serious? That's the last 10 seconds for that message? Thanks, Hogan. I was able to see what happened. Pick and roll, Embiid, wide open layup. He missed it for the game go-ahead bucket. And of course, going at the end, hit the free throw, 103-100. They run a double screen action to the side for Steph Curry. It's a decent look if he was Steph. And
that's a knockdown if it's Steph.
He had a double clutch, so I gotta give him props. Get back. So that was a difficult shot to hit. Now throughout the game, Trae Young finished 25 and 18. Wasn't that efficient though? You know what he got.
When is he ever efficient? When has he ever been efficient?
I guess. But it's funny how the Sixers lose when I literally talked about if they beat the Hawks and if the Nets lose, I think they have a chance to go to the finals. And now they're in a series where it's 2-up. It is going back to Philly though. And Embiid, he was getting thrown around a lot last night. Finished 0 for 12 in the second half after shooting 4 for 10 in the first half. 4 for 8 in the first half. So he struggled mightily, obviously, in the second half. Ben Simmons, that should have been your time to take over.
Hack-a-Shack.
But yeah, he can't hit free throws, and they just kept fouling him. So he has to be the one inbounding, or he looked like he was going to be fouled every time.
Yeah, I don't even know why they look to him when they know that they're going to foul. Like I don't get it.
So now he got 2 things to work on this offseason: 3-pointers and free throws.
It don't even gotta be a 3-point. At least a mid-range. At least a foul line shot.
Honestly, today's day and age, I'd rather have you be able to shoot a 3 than a mid-range. That's just me.
For that.
But congrats to the Hawks. They won. Very tough. They had to come back. They were actually down like 15 at halftime. So they came back in the second half, able to put it together. John Collins, he played good as well. And obviously Clint Capella on defense, being able to hold Embiid on his lonesome most of the times was a very hard task. And They got the dub, a comeback behind dub, tying the series up. You think the Hawks have a chance to win?
No,
They still don't have a chance.
not at all. I'm gonna tell you why. They came back. Yes, they did. Joel Embiid, he was showing signs of his injury. It was looking bad. You know, he was showing signs. He took a couple hard falls, slow to get up. Like I said, the Sixers don't be the Lakers. Please, don't do him like Anthony Davis. Please. Now you're in a tie. Now you're in a tie game situation. But Joel Embiid, like you said, 0 for 12 in that second half. Ben Simmons, they hack-a-shacked him. And they only lost by 3. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Trae Young, I don't remember a day where he shot good. Bogdanovich, 9 for 24. Trae, 8 for 26. John Collins, 6 for 15.
Yeah.
Nobody over here shot good. 36% as a team. 36% as a team from the field and 30% from 3 as a team. And they won. Shout out those 21 free throws they shot. Even though Philly shot 21 free throws as well, they just didn't hit them. That was the difference maker in this game.
You know
free
who
throws. Free throws was the difference maker in this game. Now, we do know Joel Embiid will never go 0-12.5 in a playoff game. Again, that's never gonna happen. Obviously, injury was showing something. It was affecting him. So I feel like you limit his minutes game 5. Do you not play him that much game 5? What do you do? You're not gonna rest him. It's too late to rest him. But do you at least manage your minutes with him? I feel like he had
36 minutes this series.
36 minutes, 17 points, and majority was free throws. He had 8 free throws.
Yeah.
He'd have 9 points without those free throws. 21 rebounds, sure. It looked good on the stat sheet, but not on the overall points column. Come on now. Ben Simmons, you flirting with a triple-double, 11, 12, and 9. That's cool and all. I need you to hit a free throw. If you hit at least one, it's a different game. He went 1 for 5. I need one more. I need one more free throw. That's it.
Ben Simmons is shooting 8 for 25 on the series from free throw.
That's crazy. The fact that they're letting you even shoot 25 times. They like Ben, what do you do in practice?
Passes the ball on, runs the plays.
You run what you running and dunking in practice? Do you shoot?
Oh man.
Do you do any shooting drills? Philly training staff. What are you doing?
Oh, man.
Tobias Harris came out and did his thing. 8 for 15, 2 for 3 from 3. 20 points, led the team. Man, but it's crazy because Seth, you're probably the best 3-point shooter on the team, and you only shot 1, and that was the double clutch, like you said.
Facts.
You gotta shoot more. You gotta shoot more threes. You shot 1 3 in 35 minutes. Come on, Seth. In 35 minutes, your brother would have 10 already. Come on, Seth. I need more threes out of you. I need more. Now, I'm not really concerned about this because, like I said, they played the little hack-a-shack thing. They did cool there, and they came back. Respect, but they all shot terrible. Joel Embiid, if he goes 1 for 12 or at least 2 for 12, they win the game. Just because he didn't make a shot in the second half is the only reason they won that game. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. The injury is playing a role, but I do hope that the Sixers are knowledgeable of the injury and they do something about it. I don't want him out here. I don't want them looking like Anthony Davis. I don't want to see the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't want to see that.
But you want to see the Suns there.
Yes. The Suns are already there. You already know. But it doesn't even matter because if the Hawks go, they get swept by whoever come out of the Nets and Bucks. And that's certain. That's for sure. They getting swept.
That's tough.
I don't know, man. Hey, Philly I had Philly in 5, but Philly is 6. It don't even matter anymore. But if it goes to 7, let's just hope it don't go to 7. Because it could be anybody's game. But we're gonna move on. Talk about my boy Donovan Wade, man.
Locked up.
He wasn't locked up. He was doing everything he could.
He did
everything he could. Nah. All right. Clippers really were in control from the jump ball. It was
the series up.
They tied it up at home, which I figured would happen. You know, I feel like they were gonna tee up at home. I'm not really surprised by that. But the reason the Jazz lost this game is nobody else showed up. Well, at least they showed up, but it was too late by then. Want to know the stats at halftime? Donovan Mitchell has 17 points. Who was the next best leading scorer? 5. Donovan Mitchell has 17 points at half. The next highest scorer was 5, Jordan Clarkson. No wonder why you lost. All right, now they got it going late. Bojan, 18. He ended with 18. Joe Ingles ended with 19. That's cool and all. But come on, y'all need to lock in. Lock in. I swear, every other game, Kawhi is getting a poster on somebody. It feels like.
That bad, man.
Man,
that's
I'm not even mad at Donovan Mitchell for going 9 for 26 because what can you do in that situation? Nobody hitting shots. Everybody focused on you. You got Kawhi on you. You got Patrick Beverly on you and a nuisance. What do you want? What can I do? What can you do? Donovan Mitchell, 9 for 26. Bojan, 6 for 12. It was worse than that. Joe Ingles, 7 for 9. It was cool, but he just started. He started shooting late. It was too late by then. Jordan Clarkson, 3 for 12. 2 for 8 from 3. Man, Derek Favors, 1 for 4. Why are you even on the floor, Derek? Why are you on the floor?
Oh, now
Utah, they did their thing too late, but the Clippers they got their foot on the gas and never let up, not one time. Paul George, he's Paul George again. 31 points, 9 for 24 for 10 from 3. Come on now. Kawhi also with 31 points, 9 for 19 and 3 for 7 from 3. But the X factor in this game is Marcus Morris.
22 at
half. It was Marcus Morris. 22 at half.
22 at half.
And he didn't miss. He didn't miss. That was the X factor. Marcus Morris, listen, there's nothing you could tell me. You can't sit here and say Marcus Morris and Markieff Morris don't switch. They don't switch some. You can't sit here and tell me that they don't like tag team and play every other game or something. You can't tell me.
I think Markieff look a little bigger.
I don't know. I listen. I don't know. But if Marcus Morris doesn't score 24 points, 22 at the half, it's a different game. Because 3 players only got over double digits, and that was Paul George, Marcus Morris, and Kawhi Leonard.
They need
Marcus
to
Morris
when you
was the X
wrapping
factor.
up.
Paul George was going to get his. Kawhi was going to get his. They were going to get theirs regardless. They won this game because Marcus Morris showed up. Now, will it be like this in Utah? Back at home? Who knows? I think I don't think Marcus Morris plays this well again. I don't see it because Marcus Morris was the X factor in them winning Game 7 against the Mavs, but he hadn't done that at all before in the series. So he'll probably have one game. This was his game, and it'll probably never happen again. Probably never happen again.
Let's talk about my finals team, the Clippers, man. I'm loving it. Let me tell you why. Y'all finally are listening to me. Y'all been watching the podcast. Tyler's listening. What are they doing now? They're doubling Donovan Mitchell with Pat Bev. The same thing they did against Luka with Pat Bev and Kawhi Leonard. But this time, Donovan's not a talented passer. So he's turning over the ball more than Luka. He's throwing. I was remembering in the third quarter, he got trapped so badly, he just threw the ball out of bounds. Like he just baseball passed the ball out of bounds. I was like, oh yeah, they got him. Kawhi got him. You saw the ferocity of the dunk of Kawhi Leonard on Derek Favors. And let me tell you why Derek Favors in the game. You can't play Rudy Gobert no more. You want to know why? They're playing small ball 5. They got Batum as center now, which I never thought of. So they're basically running. I think last night they started Reggie, Paul George, Kawhi, Marcus Morris, and Batum. They're basically spreading the court out, making the whole Jazz come up on the perimeter, and that means Rudy has to come up on the perimeter too. And it's barbecue chicken. If they screen a roll with Batum, I mean, in the second half, I did see them leave Batum open, and he was like 50-50 his shots.
He was 1 for 6 from 3.
Yeah,
2 for 8 from the field.
Yeah, they were leaving him open. They was living and dying with him. But the Clippers, they were still smart with it. You know, they would give him the ball, and then they would just run another off-ball screen, get Kawhi open. And they were just trying to get Rudy Gobert on the perimeter every time, and it worked most of the time. So Rudy Gobert, he's going to have a struggle guarding them on the perimeter. I don't know what the Jazz are going to do because they need him out there. He still is able to contest shots in the paint, but when he's out on the perimeter, like in the first half, it was easy buckets.
Yeah, Zubac did play 17 minutes and Batum played 32 at the center position. So, I mean, I guess. But
like you said, Paul George is looking good. He's looking good. And the only really issue I have right now with the Clippers is what's going to happen when we go back to Utah. Because those fans, you know, I know about them fans from OKC days. We have a good crowd in OKC. Well, we had when we had a great team we had back then, you know. Mm-hmm. But those Utah fans, we was known as the loudest stadium. They're definitely louder than us now.
Yeah.
Or they're probably one of the toughest arenas to play in.
For sure.
So Utah, you know, they're ready at home. If the Clippers didn't win any games at home, this series would have been over, obviously. But I'm glad they got their home games like they supposed to.
Yeah.
Now it's another series that's 2-up.
Mm-hmm. All I know is if the Clippers beat them in Utah, it's going to look real bad for the Jazz. It's going to look real bad.
I mean, Mike Conley hasn't played yet.
Mike Conley hasn't played. That is true. He may be back game 5. Who knows if that'll be? You know, I mean, that's the playmaker. So we're going to see how that goes. But, hey, that's going to wrap up this episode, you guys. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. Like, subscribe. You already know. Turn your post notifications on if you haven't already. Make sure you know when we post and
share with your people.
You already know. Share it with everybody. And what games we got tonight? We got the James Harden is back. James Harden is back. You know, back in Brooklyn.
And man,
That bad man. KD and Harden. You know, we're gonna see how that goes. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow. But until then, it's your boys Juice and Lou, and we out here. Peace.